Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Pan TheOrganizer. So in today's episode, we're doing a 4-month update on the mega real-world durability test. So we have the vehicle in behind me, back for a maintenance wash. And today is the 4th month, pretty much almost day to day. So if we look at my girlfriend's cell phone here, today we're Wednesday, May 5th, 2021, and we started this test on January 8th, 2021. So it has been 4 months. And so it has been exposed to the crazy winter months and temperatures and road salt and all things like that here in Montreal, Canada. And basically the 20 paint protectants that are on there, we're doing a long-term real-world durability test. So this is a daily driven vehicle that sits outside all day. It is not garage kept and it is not washed by the owner. So it is only washed by me. So I control all the variables. Basically, I use the Adams Car Shampoo, a pH neutral car shampoo. You don't want any wax additives. There hasn't been any toppers either, and only 1 coat of each products were used onto this vehicle. So again, today we're looking at hydrophobic properties and to see if basically there are any ones that are dead. There's going to be a lot of fun things that are happening today because after the 4-month period, I know we skipped a month last month. These are very hard to do these videos because I also have to get the vehicle in. People have their lives right. It's COVID. It's very complex. So hopefully you appreciate this. But yeah, today we're going to have a look at the performance of these products, and stay tuned all the way till the end because we're going to have a discussion after we go through the 20 sections and see which ones are still there, which ones are practically dead or not. And it's going to be interesting. You're going to have my input on many different real world tests, panel tests, and we're going to get a conversation going. By the way, if you have any favorite paint protectants that are on there, drop a comment in the comment section under the video. Sometimes you guys have some that have performed better or worse for you as well. Let's have a positive conversation. The point of this is not to find the actual winner, but to find the ones that work for you, right? Also, if you have other products that you would like me to test in these long-term durability tests, again, drop a comment in the comment section. I'm very curious to know. And all the protection that has been applied, each and every product, I'll leave links in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. So all you have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And again, I have these fantastic Picasso level drawings that I made to make sure I understand which section is which and what product we applied. So I'll be using those to help us, to help me guide you through the entire thing. So jam-packed episode as usual, some crazy stuff. Without further ado, stay tuned. Let's go ahead and start the show. All right, guys, so before we start spraying some water on the vehicle, well, a lot of you like to see what the vehicle looked like before washing. So on screen right now, you can probably tell it was quite dirty. So it finished off the crazy winter months that we had. Even in April, we still had snow in Montreal, Canada. So pretty dirty, but there were a lot of rainy days recently. So a bit of that dirt was washed off. There's going to be a few interesting comments later on, specifically for the full-blown ceramic coatings. I'm going to show you another video of during the washing phase. Then we're going to have a discussion. Okay, so first of all, on the passenger side, let's start with the first product, which is lithium ceramic slam. So on the back portion here, let's have a look at what that looks like. So still very strong, very tight water beads, nice and round, some good sheeting, very quick sheeting. I think this is, if I remember correctly, 6 to 8 months of durability claims. So it's doing quite well. What do we have next? The last coat 2.0. So on the other half section of the rear quarter panel, let's have a look at that. So this one too, tight water beads, very quick sheeting, absolutely still going strong. This is typically a 5 to 6 months of durability product and it did super well. Again, when you wash a vehicle, as you're going to tell, Well, before you do so, sometimes some people say, hey, is my protection gone? I don't see water beading or sheeting. Sometimes it's just masked by the dirt and the road film, and a proper wash and decon sometimes as well is important. In this case, well, we never did any decon or any toppers were never added on the vehicle because we wanted to see the base performance of each layer, but more on that in a few minutes. Okay, so now on this half of the rear passenger side door, we have Technician's Choice Ceramic Detail Spray. So this one is degrading last time too. It was starting to go away. So the protection, I mean, is still there a bit. It's just that it turned into a sheeter, definitely, a lot more than a beater. And the water sheeting takes a bit of time. So this one we're calling weak as of right now. And again, there are many variables, guys. I know it works for a lot of people. I know a lot of viewers who love this product. It depends, of course, on where you live. Many variables, the conditions, the temperatures. So in this case, it seems that it didn't fare too well in the Canadian winter, and so on and so forth. And we're going to have a very interesting discussion, and I'll ask you guys to participate. So on the front half of the passenger rear door, we have Griot's Garage Ceramic 3-in-1 Wax. So this one is still there. On the upper part, we can tell the sheeting is very quick, and still we got some good beading. And in the lower portions, which is typical as well, this is a lot slower to sheet. So it's definitely still there. This is one of those surprises for a basically what is a quick detail 3-in-1 ceramic wax spray. I think it's doing quite well. So and even in our Canadian winters with the rose salts and all that, it's still doing well. So we can say that the protection is definitely still there. Now to move to the passenger side front door, on the first half of the door, we have Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Spray Wax, so the spray version in the blue bottle, and the application was the dry method, which is supposed to be the more durable one. So let's have a look. So the protection, once again, is reacting like a bit of the other ones here. So it's still there, definitely quick sheeting on the top part, and here we can tell the water's pooling up. It's slower to sheet off. The slickness is still there. So again, this is a great product. If properly maintained, I have personally seen this and testing this for a while now. I mean, the video I did on my channel has over 1.4 million views, I think, the most popular one for the hybrid ceramic wax. Great product, and it will last the 5 to 6 months, especially in warmer climates. But here, it's still doing quite well, just a slower sheeting on the lower part. So once again, many variables, guys. We're going to talk about this. Now, on the front half of the passenger side door, we have the new Turtle Wax Graphene Flex Wax. So this one is doing super well. It's still holding up very, very strong after these 4 months. So very nice, tight and round water beads, quick sheeting all the way down. There's no pooling of water. So this one seems to still be going strong like day one. I don't see any difference. So that's going very, very good. So that's the Flex Wax from Turtle Wax. Next, on the front fender, the first half of the front fender, we have the Adams Graphene Ceramic Spray Coating. So that's the spray version. So very, very good. So the beads aren't as round or as tight as some others, but the sheeting was quick. Very quick actually, so yeah, very good. The protection is definitely still there and still going strong, so that's good to see after these 4 months. On the front half of the front passenger side fender, so all this and a bit of the front bumper, is the 303 Graphene Nano Spray Coating, so another spray protectant. So here too, pretty good water beads, very quick water sheeting. So definitely the protection is still there. There's no pooling of water. So still going strong after these 4 months. And it makes sense, again, is in line with what I've been noticing in my own tests, because I've been testing on a lot of vehicles in the past months. So they're going strong. So now let's move on to the front hood. And this is an interesting one because now we are talking about some full-blown ceramic coating. So the ones in glass bottles. So on the far left, we have the Adams Graphene ceramic coating. So in the glass bottle. Next, we have CarPro Sequartz UK 3.0. We have the Ethos Graphene Matrix coating. And the last one here is the G-Technic Crystal Serum Light, or CSL. And the interesting thing, before I show the water properties, when I was washing the vehicle, guys, I noticed one thing, and this is awesome, I'll show you on screen. You can tell that the water was actually pretty flat. So you'd think that the protection is gone, right? And it's dead. Well, we all know that ceramic coatings are multi-year paint protectants. So the protection was still there, but that goes to show you that when it's clogged up with traffic film, road film, impurities, dust, debris, dirt, road salt as well, call it calcium and all that kind of stuff, well, over time that can clog the pores or clog the molecules, and you're not going to get the same hydrophobic properties. That doesn't mean that the protection is gone or that it's dead. What it means is that you need to wash the surface. And oftentimes too, I highly recommend that you do some form of a decon. So using a tar remover, mineral deposit remover, an iron remover every 3 to 4 months. The more you maintain your protection, the longer it's going to last and the higher performance it will have. So that was interesting during the wash, and hopefully you guys understand a bit more, because I hear some people say, oh, I see no more water beading on my paint anymore. Is there something wrong? Is my protection gone? Well, not necessarily. If you did a proper application and it's well within the durability claims of the company that you're purchasing, well, it should still be there, and sometimes it just needs a contact wash or some form of decon. So let's have a look at the first one. Adams Graphene ceramic coating, the one in the glass bottle. So we can tell super, super tight water beads, very quick water sheeting. Now we're bumping up a notch all the performance as far as hydrophobics go, because you guys know the ceramic coatings or graphene coatings in full blown glass bottles are my favorite forms of paint protection, and definitely the performance shows. So you're paying more, but you're also getting more performance. It takes a bit more time to apply and a bit more experience. So there's always a compromise, right? So on the left-hand side here on the passenger side, we had noticed that we're talking more about spray protection. That doesn't mean that they're bad. They're less expensive, a lot quicker to apply, and require less experience or prep to apply, and you still get good performance. So it's always a question of your needs, your budget, your experience. There are many factors that you need to take into consideration. So the second one here on the hood is CarPro Sequartz UK 3.0. Yeah, same story here. Awesome sheeting, very, very tight and round water beads. We can still tell, I'm sure you can tell on camera, the tape lines from the sections, so that helps me visually identify the differences as well. So far so good, as expected. So in the hierarchy, by the way, it's not a question of really finding, again, discussion towards the end, but it's not really a question of finding which one is the most durable from the different forms of protection, because we all know regular waxes and paint sealants, they're at the bottom of the totem pole for durability. Then you get the spray-on silica spray sealants, so ceramic infused sprays. Usually they last a bit longer than those. And the top of the pack are ceramic coatings and graphene coatings in full-blown glass bottles. The third one on the hood is Ethos Graphene Matrix Coating. So this one is a bit more of a sheeter compared to the two first ones, but the water beads are still very, very round. So nice performance, nice hydrophobics, absolutely still going like day one for all three of them up to now. And the fourth one on the hood is G-Technic Crystal Serum Light, or CSL. So same thing here. These are even a bit tighter compared to these ones for the water beads, and the sheeting is very quick. I mean, there are sections here that are already bone dry. So by the way, adding paint protection not only helps to protect against tree sap, bird droppings, acid rain, environmental, industrial fallout, brake dust, chemicals, UV rays, and all that stuff. They add slickness, they add gloss, and of course these hydrophobic properties, which also help not only dry your vehicle a lot quicker with a blow dryer or a car dryer or a leaf blower, but they also make maintenance washes a lot easier because of the self-cleaning properties, so the vehicles are a lot easier to clean during maintenance washes. So that's another reason why you want to go ahead and apply some protection. Okay, so the ones on the hood, they're all still going like day one. I don't see any difference or any reduction in performance. So now let's move on to the driver's side. So on the front fender here, the first half and a bit of the bumper, this is Geon Can Coat. So a spray coating hybrid. So very, very quick sheeting. Again, nice round beads, not as round as full-blown ceramic coatings, but still very, very good. This one is impressive for a spray coating. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, next on the second half of the front fender, we have Tack System Moonlight, another crowd favorite. We can see that tape line here. Wow, very round water beads, very quick sheeting. Again, I would say that this one is still going strong like day one. So fantastic performer. So on the front driver's side door, on the first half, we can see again this tape line. We have Geon Mose. So the particularity of this one, again, I want to specify to be very clear, because this one was already very weak in previous tests. The reason being, a lot of these ceramic coatings, some of them recommend 2 coats for better coverage and to ensure proper performance, but they don't necessarily require 2 coats. In the case of Geon Mose, it's a bit different. This one is one of the rare ones in this test that absolutely requires 2 coats. So it's not a gimmick, it needs its 2 coats to have its full-blown potential. And I've been testing this now already for years, and I know, because it's part of the Geon Synchro kit as well, that this can easily last the 18 to 24 months, even in Canadian winters. But here we applied only 1 coat because we wanted to be fair with all the other ones and just see the baseline performance of 1 coat. And here we clearly see that, well, it's weak. So there's definitely still protection. You can tell that the water is sheeting. Let's do that once again. So on the top parts, this is fine. There's still some beading and there's still quick sheeting here, but now it's starting to pool up. And the reason being, well, this again is a ceramic coating that absolutely requires 2 coats. And when you do, it's going to perform exactly like on the hood. So I know a lot of you guys were concerned, for those of you who love Geon Mose, well, you have it and you know that it lasts a long time. So that's the reason why we see it's important to also follow the instructions to the T when you're doing this. So this is a durability test for the fun of it, 1 coat of each. Those were the terms that I used, but you would normally apply those 2 coats and it will go a long way. And as we saw even with their can coat, which is not even a full-blown ceramic coating, that's doing stellar. So 2 coats of Mose, you're going to get the 18 to 24 months. I think it's important to specify that. So on the second half of the driver's side front door, we have the OP Car Care ceramic coating. So this one too, still going strong, very, very round water beads, very quick sheeting, and we can tell the water is almost gone. So that's perfect. It's reacting exactly as we expected it to be. I don't see any difference compared to the last time we tested it after the 2-month mark. Once again, we're at the 4 months mark at the beginning of May. So we're heading into spring here in Canada. We're finally done with the snow. Cross our fingers. We had some like 2 weeks ago still, crazy weather. What do we have next? Okay, on the rear door of the driver's side, on this first half here, we have the P&S Inspiration ceramic coating. So again, we can tell this beautiful tape line. So very good beading, not as round or tight as some other coatings, but still, and the sheeting is almost done as well. So it performs very close to the OP Car Care ceramic coating, being that they're two very good ceramic coatings, and they're doing well so far. Again, I see no difference in performance. Unless you guys see otherwise, let me know, but I see no difference in performance as far as now is concerned. Okay. On the second half of the rear door of the driver's side, we have glass parency graphene coating. So this half here. I barely have time to finish the test and the sheeting is done. So fantastic performer, very nice, tight and round water beads. Hopefully you can tell. The sheeting was very, very quick to sheet off. So again, performing like day one and in line once again with what I'm seeing. I've applied this to a few vehicles by now, and I was one of the, well, I think the first one to test that on YouTube. So it's been performing exceptionally well. Fantastic, fantastic coating. What do we have here? So on this rear quarter section on the driver's side, once again, on the first half, you see this beautiful tape line once again. We have the NV Car Care, so Nova Care from Australia. Their Nova Series ceramic coating, so let's have a look. So this one too, performing exceptionally well, more of a sheeter than a beater, so very quick to sheet. You guys can tell a lot of them perform differently. Some perform the same as others, but this one here, definitely a good sheeter. The performance is there, the water sheeted off completely, almost, and it looks fantastic. So very, very solid contender until now. I see no difference in performance. And in the rear portion, the second portion of the rear quarter, we had our, what I call my control section, and this was Bead Maker, a synthetic paint sealant in spray form. So this one was already pretty much gone, I'd say, in the last test, so there's nothing left. So as we can tell, there is absolutely zero protection. The sheeting is super, super slow, and that's a visual indicator that there is no protection left. So again, as you can tell, yeah, there is no protection there, nothing left. But this leads me now to a discussion that we're gonna have together. Come on over. Okay guys, so you saw the hydrophobic properties of the 20 different paint protectants on this vehicle. And this leads me to an interesting conversation, and I want you guys to participate, by the way. So you're gonna leave some comments in the comment section under the video, and let's start a positive conversation. No negativity on the Pan TheOrganizer channel. We all know how I roll. I like to spread love and joy and passion for detailing. So let's keep it tight and keep it clean in the comment section. But let me know so far which one is your favorite or favorites in the comment section under the video. And okay, the first one is, we saw Bead Maker, right? So I've seen a few comments of some people saying, oh, Bead Maker, it's horrible, it doesn't last 6 months. And well, I don't think it was ever intended to last that long. I think it's not a secret that it barely lasts 3 to 4 weeks. And this leads me into an interesting conversation that not every product will be the longest lasting, the glossiest, the slickest, the highest durability, the highest resistance to chemicals. So for example, Bead Maker, why there are many people who love it is we use it as a topper. So either a drying aid for the maintenance washes or just a topper on dry paint to supplement the protection you already have. So technically, for example, like me, if you have a ceramic coating or a graphene coating on your car, the long-term durability and the hydrophobics are already covered by that base layer or those base layers. So all we're looking for after that is a good drying aid to minimize scratches or swirls during the drying phase after you're done washing your car, and increasing the gloss and slickness. And for that, I believe that Bead Maker delivers. So that's my point of view. So there's no point in knocking products, like I don't like bashing companies or products, because again, it depends on your needs. If you're asking, well, I only want one product that will last forever, well, obviously then Bead Maker is not for you. That doesn't mean that it's a bad product though. So this leads to another discussion about these tests. Now, you're never gonna hear me say that the best way of testing is this and the other ones are garbage, don't listen to other YouTubers. Again, I don't like that. So What I like are real world tests, but these tests, once again, they have many variables. So they are dependent on many factors, for example, location. So a vehicle like this is exposed to our Canadian winters with the harsh weather and road salts and a bunch of other stuff. And here in Montreal, Canada, we have weather extremes. So I'll leave the temperatures in Fahrenheit on screen, but we can go anywhere in the winter from minus 30 degrees Celsius to the summer all the way up to plus 35 degrees Celsius. And there are places even more extreme than that in Canada in the minus 40 to plus 40 range. So that's a span of almost 80 degrees Celsius in difference. So that's huge. But again, so this test will allow me to know how these products would last in my conditions. Now, if you live in a warmer climate, if for example, you're out on the West Coast in Los Angeles, California, or you live in Texas, or those kinds of places with nicer weather, a warmer climate, well, of course, you can expect some of the protection to last a bit longer. However, now the opposite is also true, because you're going to see some channels where they do some panel tests. Those tests aren't necessarily bad, they aren't necessarily good, to each their own, I'm fine with that. But what they tell you is basically it's a snapshot or a window of performance in that specific climate, in those specific conditions. So if it's not real world driven, you're not exposing your vehicle to bug splatter, the acid guts from the birds, maybe a bunch of other stuff that you'd be getting while driving on the road. So traffic film, road film, a bunch of other industrial fallout, and who knows what else your vehicle is exposed to, some stone chips, so on and so forth, abrasion, if you're going through snow, through hail, sleet, all that kind of stuff. Or if you live in the desert where you have a lot of sandstorms or that kind of stuff that also abrades on the surface, all those things have effects, guys. So I've seen a few viewers who tell me, listen, I've seen those other channels and they do panel tests and I thought it was good because he said it lasted, well, for 8 months and it was still going strong. And I did it and I used it on 2 or 3 months and it's completely gone. Yeah, but if you live in Montreal, Canada, obviously your vehicle is submitted to different kind of stuff. So again, what those tests tell you is very minimal as far as information goes. So unless you live in the same climate, in the same spot, it might not react the same for you. Now that doesn't mean that the product is bad. It's just not for you or your conditions. The other variables are how you apply the product. Now, sometimes there could be user error, or if you don't follow the instructions to a T, there could be a big difference. And I purposely applied only one coat in this test, so you can tell with a few of them that require 2 coats, like Gion Mo's once again, it doesn't perform as expected because we weren't following the instructions that are given by the brand. There's a reason why they came up with instructions, you have to follow them. Preparation is another big thing. So not everybody will prep their paint the same way. Did you have any previous paint protection on there that might hinder the bonding of your protectant to the clear coat? So if you have a wax, for example, you don't fully strip it and you apply a ceramic coating, you will not have the same durability because the coating needs to bond directly to a virgin clear coat for maximum durability. Next, like we said, there's condition, but there's also maintenance. So regimen or a maintenance regimen is key to ensuring that you're keeping the utmost performance of your product going so that you're keeping the hydrophobic properties, the slickness, the gloss. Every vehicle needs to have some form of maintenance. So every 2 to 3 months, bare minimum, you should be washing using some form of either a mineral deposit remover, an iron remover, a tar remover, to just maintain the hydrophobic properties, remove a bit of that traffic film, road film, the grease, the dirt, the grime, and of course a regular maintenance wash regimen. I prefer pure shampoos that are not infused with any type of protection. That way I can control what drying aid or booster I use at the end, right? So the more you maintain the vehicle, the better the products will perform, especially on anything ceramic based or graphene based. Those need toppers. There are a few on the market now that do not require any toppers, but if you want to boost gloss and slickness, I always recommend a topper at least once every 2 to 3 months, or just use them as a drying aid after each wash. You're just going to be boosting the protection and enjoying your lifespan with the coating or the spray product that you're using. Now, another point is, I think there's too much emphasis in trying to find the most durable product. Now, there are some people out there for whom that's a key factor, and I understand that, but I think for the majority of my viewers, or if I look at myself, for example, I don't really care for long-term durability because I get a brand new car every 3 years. Also, I have a very high, long-lasting coating as a base protection on my vehicles. So typically a 2, 3, 5, 7-year coating is on my cars. So I know they'll resist chemicals, they'll resist time, they'll resist pretty much everything, and just a regular maintenance will have that protection going. So what I'm looking for in a topper is more value, gloss, and slickness. Now, of course, you have to set your priorities. What do you guys want? Well, of course, you can't have it all. There is not one single product that is the holy grail out there. It doesn't exist, at least not to my knowledge. Because if it did, all the brands would shut their doors, go bankrupt, and there would only be one survivor, right? So you can't have just one product that will last 10 years, give you the most gloss, give you the most slickness, the highest pH resistance of chemicals, and the best hydrophobics. You always have to make compromises. So this is a bit of my biochemistry background because I studied in that for those who know a bit of my life. So I like chemicals a lot, and talking with the chemists in the industry, they also will often tell you that there are so many factors to take into consideration, how they test products for durability. So how do they come up with these 5 to 7 year claims, or 3 years or 6 months, or regardless of how long they think their products last? So there's different testing methods. Also, they will tell you firsthand that there is a lot of compromises to be made when they formulate a product. So if you're looking for extreme durability, you might sacrifice a bit of gloss or slickness. If you're going for a lot of gloss and slickness, you might not have the same durability. It might attract more dust, or it might have better hydrophobic properties. So I think one of the fun part at the end of the day is to be entertained by these types of videos. Don't take them as gospel, guys. Take them with a grain of salt. Make sure you do your due diligence and watch many different channels. There is not a single channel out there that has the ultimate results. I don't believe that. And those who tell you that they have the best tests, or that their channel is the best for knowing or coming out with results or conclusions, well, they're full of it. Sorry, but that's the truth. I think there are so many different factors and variables, and I know a lot of channels that I'm friends with will talk about this, right? Many pro detailers out there as well, especially the guys who are mobile, have to work in direct sunlight. They have different conditions. I work in a controlled environment, so I have a different set of conditions. I like to test on real world vehicles. Other people like to have test panels, and so on and so forth. So again, do your due diligence, go out there, watch the different videos, and the best way to make up your mind and find what's best for you is to actually test some for yourself. So when I find a product that some other YouTubers or some of my friends rave about, and that I test it and I don't get half the durability that those people get, well, I'm not mad. I try to understand why. Was it a user error? Was it a bad batch? Was it the conditions that I'm living in versus their conditions, depending on where they are around the world? Keep in mind, you have places like here where we have big extremes of temperatures, especially cold weather, freezing weather, and a lot of road salts. You'll have places where the temperatures get extremely hot. If I look at people who live near the desert or in extremely hot countries, that's completely different. People living in extreme humid environments, that again, different set of conditions. And or people living near coasts, right, with salt water and seawater. So different types of geography, location has a big impact. The experience of the person applying it, once again, huge impact. So I think a part of the fun of it for me is, well, I want to know what works best in my world. So for my vehicles, or a few of the customers' cars that I work on, or that kind of stuff. So basically, I will want to have my own conclusion. So I don't get mad at these people if they claim the product lasts a year and it only lasts 2 months for me, because I know the opposite can also be true, right? So I can have a product that in my conditions, the way I apply it with my experience and the way I maintain the vehicles could fairly last 2 years. And for other people, it might last 1 year, a year and a half, 8 months, who knows? So once again, it's a matter of testing your products and exchanging in a positive way with people to try and figure out, well, did I do anything wrong? Is it possibly a bad batch? Should I look for another product? What are my priorities? Am I concentrating or focusing only on durability? So then I'll go for one product. If I'm looking more for slickness and gloss as a topper, maybe I'll look for something else. There are a few very bad products, and I'll never talk about those because I don't give them time of day. But there are also, guys, a lot of fantastic good products out there. Not all of them last 50 years. That's impossible. One thing is for sure, the majority of the glass bottles, so ceramic coatings and graphene coatings, those are some of the highest durability. I think that is across the board unanimous, regardless of which YouTube channel you look at. They're usually the longest durability-wise, right? Then you have somewhere in between, those are the silica spray sealants or the ceramic spray sealants or the graphene infused spray versions. So they're somewhere in between, 6 to 12 months typically. And then you get At the lowest part of the totem pole, the regular paint sealants, so synthetic sealants, which last 4 to 6 months, or the carnauba waxes, so the more organic-based protection, which lasts 1 to 3 months, perhaps, at most. So I think we can all agree on that. So waxes, and then sealants, and then silica spray sealants or spray graphene coatings, and then top of the pack, full-blown coatings in glass bottles. But again, there are many factors: the price, gloss, slickness, hydrophobic properties, durability, chemical resistance. I know there's so many different things that you guys look for. So in the comment section, what I want you guys to basically tell us, because we all read comments, and let's have a positive exchange, which are some of the products that you guys like the most. So let me know, but let me also know why. So if it's for durability, how long did it last for you? Also, maybe where you guys live, which part of the world, so we understand which products are good for those types of geographies. And yeah, let's get a positive conversation going. I remind you that all these products, by the way, I'll leave links in the description under the video for you guys to check them out. If you have any future products that you guys also want me to test, you have to let me know, because I might do this again. I know a lot of you guys like these real world tests on daily driven vehicles. Let me know in the comment section which future ones you want me to test. Another point, by the way, that's another thing, right? So is it a daily driven vehicle that we're testing, or is it a weekend only driven car? Is it a car that lives in California and is only driven during the weekends? Or is it a daily driver here in Montreal, Canada, that's driven through the storms and the winter months and all that stuff? Already there, huge difference in potential durability. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Also, is it a museum queen or a garage queen that never sees light of day? That has a major impact. Of course, I expect even a cheaper product to last a lot longer in those conditions. So again, just food for thought, guys. These are just tips and tricks that I like to share with you. I share my own experience, my own passion. Hopefully you see it come through the camera. Let's have this positive conversation going. We're all about positivity. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, smash the thumbs up button to show me your support. Also, if you made it all the way through this video, well, that probably means that you enjoyed it. If you want to see more of my videos to continue to learn more about car detailing, all the products, equipment, tips, tricks, and techniques, make sure you click the subscribe button that's found under this video. And that way you'll subscribe to my channel and never miss my future videos. Guys, lots more crazy content coming your way. I can say more, but yeah, there are going to be a lot of insane videos coming up. So in the meantime, don't forget, keep it tight, keep it clean, and I'll see you on the next one.